f5, bishop f5.
Yeah.
I think it was.
That's what I play against the King's Indian. When I play the King's Indian, they play the fianchetto. I like to get in bishop f5 like Joe Benjamin used to do. I had a really nice game against Georgi Orlov with that. Now, I kind of like white.
I think now queen h5 makes a lot of sense. You see, okay, he played d5 on e5. H3 probably makes some sense.
Yeah, there you go.
So I was right about the move. Okay, let's see on the leaders board. So Milan Popovic is in fact leading, followed by Edgar Rivas and Victor Mago, Mats Leon, Dusan Popovic, Luis Silva, Abdulov, Slavko Popovic, usual suspects.
Yeah.
What can I say? Of course.
Oh, he took.
So is queen b4 really that strong? What do you think? No, queen c5.
Yeah.
Instead. Okay, so we have to go back with the knight somewhere.
And this has been played 138 times. Knight d2.
Yeah, knight c2 is another candidate, and bishop e3, and I don't like very much.
Oh my god.
So white has some advantage here, so more space and...
Certainly, absolutely. Oh, this hasn't been played since 2016. Oh, you went the other way. Interesting.
Knight b3, and you told me that you cannot take the pawn on c4? How crazy is that?
Oh, he can take it.
I took it right away, yeah. And now white
Queen takes
take
d6. So,
yeah.
white gets more of a center pawn, but it was kind of a not too healthy pawn for black, so that's a relatively even trade, I think.
So you prefer white's position here, yeah?
Yeah, 60% win for white from here. And a5 has been played, main line. We're down to 28 games in the database. And Rook d1 makes sense. Grandmasters usually put rooks on open files. And Bob likes to do that, so...
Oh, by the way, also you freeing space on f1 for bishop.
Correct.
In some lines, it could be useful. Okay, so what is black to play here?
Okay.
Bishop.
That was coming anyway, so it may still transpose, probably will. Now, except Leyva's got an opportunity to play knight h5, and I'd play it in a heartbeat. It's just a King's Indian habit.
Why not a4 though?
Well, you could, but I just like harassing their bishops with knights. It just seems that guys who like bring their bishops out earlier than usual, I like to harass them. That's just in my blood.
Yeah,
and Leyva plays a lot like me.
Slightly later. I think what's important is that after a4, knight has to go elsewhere, and then a3 could be quite unpleasant.
Well, Stockfish agrees with you.
And knight h5 actually also you can play later. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. And move order probably doesn't matter. And let's see, we had Petrosian against Tukmakov too, knight bd7. So Three moves: knight d7, knight h5, and a4.
Right.
I want the whole pool, Sasha.
Right. Right, of course. Of course, that's logical.
Aha!
Okay, you got it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, very good. Well done.
About time. All right. Well, I guess he'll genuflect to e3. So what did you and Nava do for Thanksgiving?
First of all, in Canada, we have Thanksgiving second weekend of October. So we had a long time ago.
Can you remember that far back?
Yeah. Not with great difficulties.
Yeah. It's like I went out with Jonathan Fudge today, and we bought some stuff at Lowe's, and it's just I feel like I'm in a science fiction movie with the not touching people and the mask and the microphones all over the store. It was creepy. So anyway,
Okay.
This isn't creepy though. This is normal. I like doing normal stuff like this today. This is great. I'm happy. So now knight d7.
What about knight h6? Do you like that one?
I like knight d7. Leyva, I don't like blocking the bishop at c8 with a knight, and I don't like the c6 stuff, but Leyva does. I remember that much. So my recollections of Leyva here. Although, like you said, a4 also makes sense. Knight a6, that would be a good move to win the pool. By the way, what's up on the leaderboard?
Okay, it's still Milan Popovic is in the lead, followed by Michael Hofer, congratulations, Carlos Montera, Ed Rivas, Abdulov, Dusan Popovic, Peter Rabuli, and Matsi Leon. Okay.
There we go. Well, Peter and I are probably the same age, and we got the same score. Yeah, go Peter. Now, we have a parting of the Red Sea here. G4 or Rook AC1? Bob. What is a Bob move? You know what? I'm going to go for some separation here. I'm going to go with the Bob move. I'm playing Rook AC1. Stockfish says G4. Stockfish is probably right, but Bob hasn't moved his rooks yet, and Grandmasters are supposed to put rooks in open files and attack X-ray queens and stuff. What's wrong with Rook C1? Why does Stockfish not like it?
No, there is nothing wrong. I think Black would have to play some ugly moves like Queen E6 maybe. Looks quite ugly though.
Yeah.
What's better than that? What moves like Bishop E5 maybe?
Well, we got 2,500 against the 2,400, a white one, and a 2,200 against the 2,100 white one. So white has always won from this position, always in the history of chess. And probably will today too, because Bob is just super strong. Ricardo, though, he's bold and he takes chances, and I like the way he plays. So.
And you see, I think it's in his style. He has an advantage. He doesn't have any weaknesses to talk about. He controls the center. He has better development, more space. I mean, what else can you ask for the position?
He could respect Mr. Leyva. Senior Leyva, it's his birthday today. He's 51 years old.
Yes, we already said that right at the very beginning, and we would like him to have a great celebration after the game and maybe to be successful in that game as well.
Yeah.
But it's all in the hands of Grandmaster Marin.
Si, senor.
I'm not sure if Mihail knows about Leyva's birthday today.
No, I told him. I spoke with both guys this morning at length. They were very chatty.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Mihail Bob was telling me, because Daniel's playing, the names of players in Serbia, like Milko and, Mirolub. And I just said, women don't name their kids that over in the United States. So Bob was telling me what all those names mean, and it was very interesting. I never would have known. Like Milko means cute, according to Bob Marin.
Yes, they're coming from different boards.
Yeah.
That's right.
I can't tell you the visual it put in my head when I heard the guy's name was Milko. So, and Mirror Lube, it sounds like a place you take your car for an oil change. But I love Serbia. Everybody knows that. The Rabulas know that. You know, I love Serbia. Everybody in this contest, except for one guy, Milan Popovic. Dude, step aside. And then I got Edgar Ribas right behind me. Oh, and Orkin. The Orkin man. Oh, boy. This will be fun.
Powerful competition so far.
Yeah. This is a critical move. And let's see. Leyva's ahead on time.
Oh, yeah, 4 minutes almost.
I seem to remember him squandering his time before, so that's good to see. He is not using time on his birthday. That is good. He's confident, despite having to play the great Bob Marin.
Well, so far, Leyva did all kind of obvious moves. His position is okay. However, maybe slightly worse, only slightly.
Yeah.
His pieces are quite disorganized. Knight on d7 locks bishop on c8. Knight on h5 is useless. Queen on c4 will get under attacks of all kinds. And there are all kinds of weaknesses, including b6 and c5, and just name it. So, other than that, his position is okay. I
love how you're mentioning all that stuff because, you know, I first got interested in chess in 1967 when I was 10 years old from reading Bobby Fischer's columns in Chess Life, not Chess Life, Boys Life, Cub Scout magazine. And, you know, Fischer won the title in 72. And in 73, I was going to the University of South Florida, and I was subscribing to 64, the Soviet chess newspaper, and taking Russian so I could read it. And I was fascinated by a game between Karpov and Spassky, we'll talk about momentarily.
And look at the move, g4, the first line of all kinds of computers.
Yep, and history, chess history.
He must retreat.
Yep. So,
bravo.
You know, nobody knew what Fischer was going to do. Karpov was the new Soviet superstar, and he played against Spassky's Briar line. And one of the key moves he played was he played b4 and then c4. Very unusual, Ruy Lopez play on the queen side. And he did that to shatter Spassky's pawns and then sacked the exchange for a kingside attack. Brilliant game. But when I first saw that game in 1973, I wasn't strong enough to appreciate it. But now what you're talking about, Karpov had his pieces were very often all huddled together, not far apart from each other. And he tried to separate his opponent's pieces. And I wasn't strong enough to realize that back in 1973. But I think what you mentioned, that's what you reminded me of. Bob is playing a little more like Karpov, and there's no coordination to Leyva's pieces. Like you said, his knights are blocking each other, and he's blocking his bishop.
Well, I think after f4, White has very substantial advantage. Yes, that was played. And now Black has to fight for his life, I guess. How else you want to call it?
Okay, well, guess what the book line is? It's The Third Choice by Stockfish in 88. And there it is. And everybody had it, including me. Of course, I didn't mention it, not play it.
Queen 2 is probably a book line.
Yeah. And now, well, let's see. Yeah, I think Stockfish is right. Play line him up, Joe. Queen D2 makes total sense. And that is indeed what was played between Didzar and Lovacic in 2000. White won. And there it is.
So what do you do now?
Black played bishop takes c3 in the actual game. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell that's happening here. Nope. That ain't happening. No, bishop takes c3. That's a very strange thing for a King's Indian player to do, to give up his dark squared bishop, especially when white's like lined up like this. So, what about knight c7 like Stockfish says? Or a4? I'm not sure. You know, you would think he'd play knight e8 to play f5. Is f5 reasonable? Yeah, I'm going f5. That's what Leyva has no... he's very brave, my recollection. This guy has all the nerve in the world. No fear. He probably did play knight e8 to play f5 and not to play knight c7.
You would play f5, but f5 just creates another set of weaknesses on e6 and f7 and e7. I mean, I think knight c7 may be preferable here.
Might be preferable, but I don't think it's what he's going to do. This guy's a cowboy. Yeah, it's his birthday. For God's sake, he can do what he wants to do.
Since knight c7, you just may try knight. Maybe you won't have enough time for that, but at least an idea would be to play knight a6 and knight c5 somehow, or maybe even knight before. So I think there are some fighting chances still, but I'm not very optimistic about black's prospects here.
No, of course not.
You're
It's not your style.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck just happened? Oh, okay, I see.
So what's happened? I mean, black must have overstepped his style in the opening. Okay, finally we got a game going, or some kind of a game.
All right, so you're right.
Milan Popovic still in the lead with Marco Offer in second, Carlos Montero, Edgar Rivas, Dusan Popovic, Abdulov, Victor Mago, and Macho Leon. Okay, we have handsome guys in the lead.
Yeah, I screwed up on that. I took a risk. My first inclination was knight c7, and how often in the contest? It just seems like my first instinct was right. But then I started looking at f5. I'm thinking, dude, that's such a... But you're right. And Ricardo, I think, has played the... He's still in the game.
He's in the game. I think White has a very pleasant choice between rook c1 and rook d1.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure...
I lost. Oh, he moved the F rook. Really? Wow. Why?
Darwin Hernandez, though, he won 1,475 crowns.
He deserves
Brilliant.
it. Why
Well
would
done.
you use the F rook? What's he playing? Is he burying the A rook?
I'm quite puzzled.
It's like he's burying the A rook like a dog burying a bone. I don't get that, Bob. Bob hates my fantasy chess team. He's burying me. Queen b4. Stockfish says it's great,
Yeah,
and he plays it.
obvious.
Yeah. So,
So what White can do?
wow.
First choice is knight d4, rook c2. Not sure at all.
Wow. Oh, knight d4 looks like a Bob move. Bob likes moving his knights. I just don't understand his placement of the rook so at all. It's like...
Well, he wants to be able to play a3 after knight d4, a3. I think that's an idea. Don't forget that Black's queen is...
Oh, yeah, and then he wants to play b4 after... Oh, okay, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, just maybe, of course.
So he's planning on opening the A file and trading rooks, maybe. I don't know. Wow.
And knight d4 is quite useful move because White may threaten at some point to play e5 and e6.
Right.
Depends what Black is going to do. Oh, I mean, there are some other moves available. But you see, probably Black will play a4 anyway at some point. So why not to prevent it by playing knight d4?
Yeah, I felt very confident about that.
I was right, and I won 204 crowns.
As did I.
Okay.
Now.
So, it's about time to play Queen E7. What do you think?
Dude, I'm looking at this bishop he buried at C8. See, this is why I never play knight D7 in the King's Indian, because I don't like this. Look at this bishop. He couldn't have buried it any more than he did, and I'd be worried about getting it out of there. You want Queen E7 here, huh?
Queen E7, obviously, because I don't want to be under constant attacks and harassments of A3 and whatever else it could be. I'd rather just run away.
Yeah.
See, Black has to somehow regroup and get his game going, because right now Black has no game.
All right. Well, for that reason, I played knight B6 as my risky move. And rook E8. Wow. Well, there ain't going to be any F5 today. Rook E8.
Okay, rook E8. And what we're going to do?
Well, either A3 or Queen F2, I guess. And, well, A3, right?
Yeah, most likely.
What is Stockfish? Oh, wow. Stockfish wants to move rook some more.
Rook C2, rook D1, Queen F2.
Wow. Now he finally saw Queen F2. Yeah, I think it's Queen F2 or A3.
Queen F2 is good move, yeah. Okay, what other ideas here? We have rook C2.
Queen F2,
Queen
all
F2
right,
was
there
played,
it is.
actually.
Picked the wrong one again. And wow, Matzi got wow. That's a nice payoff.
Matzi Leon is a big winner here,
Nice
together with Carlos Montero,
And now,
and Ferrer and Dusan Popovic, also 112 crowns. Okay, so what Black's options?
well, I think your plan that you had earlier now makes sense. Because otherwise, in the words of Eric Clapton, it's going to be Marin can sing to Leyva, Leyva, I got you on your knees, Leyva. Begging, darling, please, Leyva. He needs to do something soon.
Yeah.
I like your Queen E7 there. It's got some flexibility to it.
I like A4 though.
With the idea of?
With the idea restricting white on the queen side, because after H3, for example, Queen E7, then your square B3 is some kind of weakened. But Queen E7 is playable. Oh, and it was played actually. And so what do we have? We have 5 winners, and probably your one.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now white is to play. What white is going to play? Rook E1. That's expected.
Oh, that makes, yeah. So he admitted the rook move was a little weird. All right. Well, it's better to admit your mistakes and shift plans if it was not correct. And you're right, rook E1 is a good move. F6 is not a good move, though. Why is it? Why is
I hate this move.
Yeah.
Even King H8 is probably better move. Knight F6 may be better move.
Yeah. Or how about your A4 now?
No, it's too late. We see with the queen on before A4 it has some threats or so on. Now A5, A4 the same.
All right,
It's
dude.
the same thing.
Because this is all your fault. You talked me into King H8. So I owe you. If I win the whole pool here, I owe you half of it, Sasha.
Yeah. No, you know what the idea is to play King H8, Knight F6, Knight G8.
Of course.
You can still keep fighting for another 75 minutes.
Wow. All right.
Well, now I think E5 is tremendously strong.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that, yeah. Yeah, it looks like that last move was not too clever.
Yeah, Knight E6 I don't like for some reason. But E5 is so strong, unbelievable. So let's see what's on leaderboards now. So Dusan Popovich now still in first. Victor Mago now won 1,300 and some 5 points.
Victor Mago.
Yeah, well done.
What? Oh my. I hate trading pieces like that. And then Leyva took back with a coin. Huh.
So what's now? Rook D1 is coming.
Now you can still play E5, right? Like he probably, yeah, there it is. I didn't get it in. I'm too busy talking about it. No winners! Oh my God, that was my chance. Oh geez. Oh, I'm too slow. I am just way too slow. All right, and now the King's Indian move. Here we go. F5 now.
F5.
Yep.
It's coming, right?
Yep. With the rook on the wrong square. Well, that's all right.
But it's all right. He has to survive.
Yeah.
It's his birthday.
Yes, exactly. At least get to 51 moves. One for each year. I don't think he's going to do it, though.
You think Black can survive for so many moves?
Oh, my. I can't believe I didn't enter E5. I can't believe. I guess he moved that really fast. None of us got that in. That's
well,
amazing.
he cannot move it faster than 15 seconds would expect.
Yeah, I know.
It's
so
impossible.
it's very disappointing because I was talking about it before I even put my cursor on the board. Oh, well.
So, if not F5, what else could be done in this position?
Resigns! He could resign, but he's not going to.
Resign.
I guess he could go G5, but that's goofy. G isn't goofy.
Yeah, G5, okay, maybe for blitz with some kind of passer, maybe it could work. not against Mihail Marin.
Our friend Fish says Queen E7 is the only other reasonable move at all, and it doesn't look very reasonable. What is he waiting for? I guess maybe it's just dawning on him that the roof is caving in.
Actually, what about move F6? Does it lose right away?
It strikes me as a worse move and kind of dumb to put your bishop, but, you know, yeah, he's busted anyway, so maybe he should. Certainly.
I think F5 and F6 almost identical moves. Both are losing, by the way, but...
Yeah. Well, you know, on F6, he doesn't have to take it, though. He could just push F5, and probably should. So, yeah, that's
and what's his reaction on F5, do you think, if he would play?
If he played F6, I think he would play F5. Why not? Hit the queen.
Possible, but I'm wondering what's she thinking about? If not F5, then...
Yeah, I know, exactly, because that E-pawn is just a tower of strength, and it wasn't hard to find. Except for us. We had no winners. It's hilarious. I can't believe it. But, wow.
So let's see what's happened in the leaderboard.
Oh, yeah. What is happening there?
What is happening there?
Dushan, Matsi, Victor.
Dusan Popovich, Matsi,
wow.
Victor Mago,
I'm hiding.
Popovich, Carlos Montera, Michael Hofer, Ferrer, Valera, Nehomar, and so on. Okay, so F5 was played. Okay, we talked and talked, and now are we going to play GF now or later?
I don't think Bob's in any hurry. I'm still looking at that open D file that these grandmasters have ignored. And this is a classic example of why I tell my players, stop putting knights on D7 in the King's Indian. That's the whole thing wrong with Black's position here.
I think it's better to put it on A6 than D7.
Yeah, totally. And it's dynamic. It's dynamic chess.
Yeah, knight d7, it's an old school Indian defense.
Yeah.
Now, knight a6 is much more modern. Gary Kasparov was playing quite successfully knight d6.
Yep.
Not only Gary, but many other very strong
Gary
players.
played a system where he put knights on a6 and h6. And I tried to
Yeah,
emulate
yes, I did
that
that.
and almost lost my. It was the first time I should have lost a correspondence game, but I managed to swindle the guy. But yeah, I tried to be like Gary, and I decided not to do that anymore. But the A6 thing I agree with. But combining knight A6 with knight H6 was about as goofy as it sounds.
You know, yesterday I played one speed game on chess.com, and I thought that I was playing against Pandolfini. And I don't know if it's him or not. The name was, I think, Pandolfi and some numbers, maybe not. But I thought that it just might be him, so I tried my best, went through the lost position, and then I swindled him at the end quite nicely.
There you go. Well, I know Bruce pretty well, and I met him many, many, many years ago at a World Open. It was right after we were searching for Bobby Fischer, and he told me that as soon as he got to 2200, he quit playing competitive chess so he could coach, because he was afraid he'd lose his 2200 rating. So I don't think he plays that much. I think he's busy writing screenplays and making women look like they play chess in movies and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yesterday when I playing, if it was him, his rating was about 2200. That's why.
Wow. Well, maybe it is then. Wow.
Maybe that was him. Who knows?
Oh, we've had a series of moves here, Mike. All right then.
Finally, the rooks came where they should be.
About time.
And so what I can do here?
Jeez. Wow.
Effect. So finally he's preparing his bishop for action. And there are no winners, by the way, in this. So next move is becoming very, very important.
Wow. Wow.
And you know what is the move?
Knight B5. Yeah.
Knight B5. It's a crusher.
I wonder if Bob will see that. You know what? I should not have clicked it. Bob doesn't like those flashy moves.
Yeah, I mean, he likes little moves like King H1, for example.
I guarantee you. Oh, he did it! Thank you, Bob!
He's done it!
Wow.
And he's just done it.
I'll tell you what, since he's been hanging out with Maria, he's gotten a lot younger in his attitudes over the board. She's good for him.
Yeah, but in this position, I don't know what's good for him anymore.
He used to shuffle his pieces, Bob did. His knights and his rooks, and he'd like be all proud of it. And last couple of years, the guy's like comes out like he's got a knife in his hand.
Yeah, his style has become much more enterprising.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, look at that.
Win A2.
375 crowns. Yeah, baby. Maybe I still have a chance. No, yes, I hope. We'll see. Stay tuned.
What's wrong with a little move like Knight C7? I guess
nothing. And there it is.
Yeah, now it's becoming reasonable.
Hey, he can finally get his bishop out, though. And he has to. That's sad. What do you know? Oh, and he went to E6, too. Oh, boy. Well.
Nice choice between Rook A1, Knight E8. What else? Knight A8.
You know, it's a birthday and all that, but it's time to turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. That's it. Oh! Whoa! Look at that. Huh! That's bold.
So is it resignable now, or later, or what?
Dude, that's like very bold. I can't believe he did that. I'm stunned.
Yeah, that's getting quite depressing.
Wow. And Bob declines. Wow. The I'm not taking your queen declined. Uh-huh.
Yeah, look at the, according to Stockfish, the numbers are 785, 767, 849. So it's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? We have Dusan Popovic still in first, followed by Victor Mago, Mats Leon, Michael Hofer, Popovic Milan, Edgar Rivas Abdul, Valera Nehomar.
Wow.
Okay, well, I don't think this contest will last much longer.
No.
3-4 moves. I can't even find those 3-4 moves. How to keep it going without resigning? It's quite a challenge.
Well, I'd like to.
I think at the end of the day, the queen is getting trapped. That's really bad news for black.
Yeah, that's normally why we don't grab those pawns at A2 and B2.
Well, it was already beyond repairs at that point.
Anyway, I'd like to thank you for putting that holiday contest and wish everybody a happy holidays and welcome to everybody that has joined us.
Sure. Listen, it's always my pleasure. And we had two very, very interesting opponents. And I don't know if they ever played against each other.
No, I checked and they hadn't. It was surprising to me.
Right. So it was very interesting to see something interesting. And in December we might have another contest. Probably Donchenko will play. The winner of this one or something. We'll see.
I love that guy. He's so smart and talented and enterprising, and he speaks English better than anybody in the United States.
Yeah, agree.
One of my students watched his banter blitz and found it very instructive. He was very good on that.
Okay, rook h3, I thought that. Now queen c4. And it's getting resignable.
Yeah.
c-knight on c7 is so strong because it's taken away b5 and a6 from white's queen. Just in case.
Oh. What? Wow.
It's possible, but bishop c5 kills. Absolutely. Yeah, now it's pretty grim. Now he has to give up the queen, I guess. Peter Abuli won 1,230 crowns for move queen b4. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Very crafty.
Yep.
So what's now? Queen e1, queen, I don't know, queen h3, queen c4. Everything is losing.
Yep.
No, I think queen c4 is far the strongest move. Losing.
You can call it strong.
But the most resistant move.
There you go.
Now, how's the time? Oh, he's also lower on time as well. Okay. So, no surprises anymore.
Well, Peter got the last one. Probably. And what happened?
So, what we see is Dusan Popovic is in first, followed by Victor Mago, Peter Rabulia, Mat Leon, Popovic Milan, Hofer, Abdullah, and Edgar Rivas. Very strong field, and all that you're doing very well. So we have a few more minutes and it's all over. Okay, now, pawn takes or bishop takes? What's your choice?
I think I'd play bishop takes. Wow.
You're so accurate.
Ah, I can't even get that right. Wow.
I got it right, though. But it doesn't really matter much. Now far the strongest move is knight g6, trying to avoid further exchanges. And started to do something. Okay, that doesn't help because knight takes an e8, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, resignation is expected. And I think you have to give up after either rook, I don't know, rook b1, rook f1. Okay, rook b1. What's wrong with that? Yeah, that is played. Okay, the first strongest move here, bishop c8, protecting b7 pawn, but that doesn't help much. Okay. So move like bishop f1 looks pretty
There we
good.
go.
Oh, yeah, wow, it was played actually. So, okay, what to do? Where to run? I think king h8, and I thought it would be played earlier, but no, b5.
500 crowns, baby.
b5 is hyperactive move, to admit. Now a4 I think is quite easy. Okay, it was played, baby.
Nice. Good, good, Sasha. Very good.
So bishop c4 probably,
Yeah.
baby.
The twin assassins pointing at the king's head.
Yeah, I like when two bishops are standing together.
Ah. All right.
This is probably more exact. And then bishop c4. Okay. We'll start a review of the game right once it's finished, okay? So
Yeah, I'll call him right away.
Yeah.
No, that's it. All right then.
The end of story.
Yep.
Okay.
Add the call.
Grandmaster Marin won, and we are going to congratulate all the winners. Victor Mago is in first, and followed by Dusan Popovic, Peter Abulia, Abdulov, Ferreira, Jose, Vasim Akram, Matsilion, and Popovic, Milan Popovic. Okay, congratulations to all winners. Let's take a look at the game now.
All right, we're calling them now.
Okay, good.
Hi, Bob.
You're calling them on Skype, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations, well played.
So, are you doing the review in Spanish or in English?
English.
Okay.
Oh, maybe some Spanish too. It's interesting how it sounds. Yeah, do some Spanish.
Okay, you tell us. You switch between languages.
Absolutely.
¿Cómo está?
Okay, so we should. Okay, I guess the first move are not so important. Okay, and okay, of course, in all these lines, okay, with another queen development, black wants something. I mean, to put some pressure on d4, c4. But okay, played at this stage, it looks a bit premature. And the only thing I remember was an old game Portish Torre. Yes, okay, 5, bishop f4. And now I believe that Torre went a4, and after rook f c1 he got into trouble, because actually ab is not a threat. I mean, Portish was just developing, and yeah, and okay, actually black didn't have any threat. So h5, I think this was a new move for me, but okay, it shouldn't change that much. White is better developed. Black is attacking with his queen side undeveloped. Okay, now he played this. I think g4 I have to do.
G4 is the first computer line, G4.
No, because I was thinking rook fc1. But okay, for instance, if rook fc1, then my queen would be hanging on d6.
Yes.
So I didn't want to. Okay, if rook ac1, well, I don't know rook ac1, because maybe now a4 is working. You know, actually it's working.
Yeah.
Now ab is a big threat. No, 95, no. No, but maybe this anyway. Maybe this anyway. Yes, and if I start with rook fd1, then I thought, okay, if queen b4, g4, then he can take. But it doesn't work. No, I saw something like this. No, but here I have rook takes d7. No, probably he has to do the trick like this with bishop e5 to get his knight to f4. But then I have queen d2. I don't know. I was not sure. Something I wanted. I saw that g4 is what I have to do anyway. So then I will see what I'm doing with the rooks. So maybe Hector can tell us which was the new move for him.
I think white has a very big advantage already in this position. It has a lot of space, it has all pieces are nicely developed. Black has no game. I mean, it's...
Grigorich was a specialist of you know, Steinitz said that in the end game, okay, queenside majority, in the middle game, there is a kingside majority which can be dangerous, and I believe he also specified that 3 against 2 is not such a big deal, because if you advance your f-pawn, for instance, then your king is also a bit weak. So 4 against 3 is more promising. Yeah, but okay, it's also more development here, and not only. Okay, so knight e8. Okay, I went here. Yeah, okay, I understood he wants to regroup with his knights, because okay, there are some squares which black may think may wish to control. This okay, now knight d4. I saw no reason to stay with the knight there. Now actually, yeah, sometimes a3. Okay, a4, a3, queen a5. I mean, he should not really insist on this wing. I saw that here, yes, his queen. Actually, I was already thinking of some queen trapping. If bishop f1, then b5, but maybe first a4, and then bishop f1 is coming. Maybe also bishop f1 and a4 after all. I don't know, but okay, it looks somehow that I have good queenside play. Okay, he went here. Queen e7, this makes sense. Yes, okay, unfortunately the knights cannot jump forward to c5 or to b6, because I have this. This is why I played queen f2.
Wow.
So the same after. No, because okay, if the knight gets somewhere, then okay, he gets some play, but it doesn't. So she went queen e7. Okay, rook e1, of course. And just like the sunflower, you know. the rook is like the sunflower, it looks like sprinkles, you know, so.
But white has already tremendous advantage in that position.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if you look at the development, you understand that black is still struggling, and we're also on the queen side. Things are not that rosy for him. He has a weakness on b6. But okay, on the king side, this is the real problem. So, knight e6. I think it was okay that I took because he has to take with the queen. Of course, he cannot play fe. Fe is very ugly. e5, knight e4. Yes, okay, so okay, this is the square for the bishop or for the knight, so somehow the queen stands in the way. No, because there is this theory that many times it's good to keep the tension, but here I'm not helping him to improve his queen's place. So actually, it's not a square designed for the queen. Yeah, now actually I will threaten f5 because f5 f6. Okay, if he goes f6, I anyway have f5 because if he takes, then I go with the bishop somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he, yeah, okay. There was still knight f8, but if knight f8, I think I would have played just rook a d1, and it's not very clear what the queen is doing. I mean, rook d6, bishop e5. I don't know. Yes, queen e7, bishop c5 somehow. I will get to, yeah, I guess this, bishop here, he goes here, and now, okay, no, but this is simply bad, yeah? Yeah, it loses material. But even, okay, if the queen had some square, let's say on a5 or something, then f5, f6 is coming. The way it is, I just win material, so.
Just a resignable position.
Yeah, no, f5, okay, here actually, I was sure what I should do here.
Take on f5, you were right.
Yeah, but okay, after taking on f5, he has to take with the queen. After taking with the pawn, of course, gf is not because there is rook a d1. There is, yeah, I was not so sure. I mean, okay, my only question is what happens here after queen takes f5? I mean, if I have a clear advantage here, then of course gf is the move. 94 probably, no?
94, very strong.
So he has to go bishop f8, no, bishop f8. Of course it looks very, very dangerous for black. Maybe now rook here. Yeah, probably it's just lost. He doesn't have squares for his pieces.
He has no game, he has no squares for his pieces. Nothing.
I don't have to win. I don't have to win at once. No, maybe knight g5 is coming up. Then bishop e4.
Almost any.
Yeah, maybe even now I can go knight g5, yes. And bishop e4 traps the queen. I think.
That's right.
And if he doesn't go, okay, but where should he hide with the pieces? No, probably there is one already, yes, okay. So GF, it means GF was the right decision.
Yeah.
Okay, now, okay, if black manages to bring his knight, but even with his knight on e6, it's not so clear because then the bishop is suffering. Yeah, okay, but if he places something on e6, something which is not the queen, then of course he can still have a game. But yeah, here my first intention was 95, but then he still has queen f7. And okay, this is good for white in principle. This rook d8, I think I can. I don't know.
Bishop f1, probably.
Yes, bishop f1. I was thinking, but then bishop e6. Okay, he still didn't get the knight there, but okay. Now he's somehow decent.
Hey, Richard, were you happy with the opening?
Sorry?
Richard's on the call with us. I was wondering if he was happy with the opening.
If I was happy with the opening?
Yeah.
Well,
Ricardo is asking. Ricardo.
After bishop f4, I remember this game Portiștoare, but in the game they played a4, rook fc1, and black was in trouble. Knight h5, I think, okay, it was new for me, I believe. I think Torre didn't play knight h5.
Hey, Richard, happy birthday. He's 51 years old today.
Ah, okay. Very well.
He's on the call. He's not saying anything. He's being quiet. Huh.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Yeah. Oh, and Bob, before I forget, you and I worked together on a project last year with Ron Henley, with the young Grandmaster, or International Master Daniel Fernandez. He won his game today and got Grandmaster Norm went over 2,500. And Daniel wanted to thank you for the time you put in on him. I appreciate the advice you gave us, dude. You're a good guy.
Mihail, do you remember it was in one tournament, Goofeld, he's got Grandmaster Norm, and he came to Korchno and says,
yes.
hello, colleague. Korchno looked at him and said, Damjanovic is your colleague.
You know the funny thing, I mean, okay, you know, I told this story a long time ago to Judith Polgar. We were training for it. She was training for the match against Barev. It was the candidates match. I heard the story, and then somehow I was curious to check on this Damjanovic, because okay, it's another generation I didn't hear so much. And then I saw that his birthday was supposed to be the same as Korchnoi's. Later I found out that Korchnoi was different, was born on a different day, because many sources give the 23rd of July, but it's the 23rd of March. I asked him himself. Even in one of his books with 400 games, it's indicated the 23rd of July. So first I thought, okay, look who was actually Damjanovic's colleague.
Yeah.
But when I realized that this 23rd of July is Judith's birthday. So I said, okay, so Damjanovic vam kolega, Damjanovic is your colleague. And it was not a coincidence, but then she thought up some almost never played ideas, some sacrifice in the Benoni, some two sacrifice. And then we checked if it was played. And if it had been played once. Do you know by whom? By Damjanovic. So
Wow.
This made the whole thing very funny.
Wow, so it's a good compliment actually, Damjanovic.
Yes. So Damjanovic, okay. No, and I don't think it's, no, of course, Korchnoi's answer was very rough, but okay, what did Goofeld mean, colleague? I mean, okay, Korchnoi...
But you see, the point of Korchnoi reply, he didn't want to say any bad things about Damjanovic. He wanted to tell Goofeld exactly what's his place and where it is.
Yes. No, of course, being a... No, okay, but let's face it, in those times, I mean, it was in the 60s, I believe, no? Late 60s.
Yeah, late 60s probably.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, there was no rating there, so was not even this 2600 performance. And to become a grandmaster, I mean, okay, for instance, Larsen became a grandmaster after he won the gold medal on the top board at the Olympiad. So, yeah. I mean, you can understand what this means. And he got an international master, Larsen, when he got also, I think it was a bronze medal, but it was in the B group. Anyway, very high result. So, even then, until 1990, I mean, scoring like a 2600 plus meant that you played like a top 10, top 15 player, you know, in the world. So.
That's right. Yeah, but at that time, don't forget the Grandmaster title means something different from what's today.
I mean, okay, Grandmaster title, yes, and you had to confirm it every 5 years. You had to make, at least after you get the title. If you don't confirm, I mean, if you don't make another Grandmaster result within 5 years, they would withdraw the title.
Right. So by 1977, Fischer was no longer a Grandmaster even.
Yeah, I don't know exactly which was the system, but I know that Florin Georgiou, he became a Grandmaster, I believe, because he won the Junior World Championship. And he became a Grandmaster. That was something in the late 60s. And then he struggled to confirm his norm. I don't know what, at the height of 77. And I don't know exactly what this meant. I mean, if it would be on a passive list or something like that. But okay, it's a good question. It's a good question. But I think at some point they removed this rule that you have to confirm. So
Well, it's ridiculous rule because Fischer defeated Spassky in 1972, and then he decided not to play. So what that means that you can take away his Grandmaster title? That's ridiculous.
yeah, okay, it sounds a bit ridiculous. But I know that Georgiou had this problem, Florin Georgiou, so which was okay. At some point he was in top 10 later. Okay, so maybe the rule didn't exist for too much, for too long. I don't know. Because it was surely introduced. I mean, it's logical that it was introduced in the moment they also introduced rating, because otherwise not so simple to confirm. I don't know. I know that, for instance, there is this guy Verlinsky. Of course, Sasha knows, but just for the audience, the Soviets had their national titles. I mean, it started with the 5th category, then to the 1st, okay. Then the master, but then they also had the title of Soviet Grandmaster, which was actually, I don't think it was less worthy than international Grandmaster. And Berlinski was the, I mean, okay, you had to something like win the Soviet championship to get.
Because there were players like Verlinsky who never allowed to be travel abroad and play in international tournaments. So he could become a Soviet Grandmaster, but not international.
Yeah, okay, but you were the early days of Soviet chess. So, okay, but he was the first Soviet Grandmaster. And then, yes, Bronstein, okay, Bronstein, of course, we like his games, he's very original, but as a person, he was, okay, he was not very straight. And he accused Botvinnik of many things. For instance, he accused him that the Soviets took the title away from Berlinsky in order to name Botvinnik the first Soviet Grandmaster.
Yeah, that's it.
But the fact is that Tamanov writes it, there is a book about the Soviet championships with Kasatin, and he mentions that, okay, at some point they took the title away to Verlinsky when he got older and his results did not correspond to the standard. So, okay, I mean, it makes some sense. If this is the rule, okay, this is the rule. I don't know. Now we are used that we will get a Grandmaster title for life. Okay, I don't know what is better, but okay. Once there is a rule, okay, this is... so probably FIDE started by following this, but then I think they abolished this needs to confirm the title.
Well, Grossmeister, I really enjoyed talking with you today earlier and how you were educating me on Serbian names. But I think the best news of the day, you didn't realize that they're actually playing over-the-board tournaments again in Serbia. So that's great news, right?
Yeah, it's good to hear that there are still some normal tournaments.
No, I guess it's good because the normal chess is threatened these days. It may not even survive. But so far, so some people at least organizing tournaments, which is great.
Yeah, it's big news.
Mihail, would you like to say a few words in Spanish to listeners who were doing contest?
Bueno, me encanta de haber tenido, espero, no tan pocos espectadores hispanohablantes. Y también me alegro de que me ha salido una parte bastante buena. Y bueno, lo que puedo desear es que un día no tan lejano volvamos a la vida de torneos normales, ¿no? Porque mira, el ajedrez se tiene que, ok, cuando juegas al ajedrez se tiene que tocar las piezas. Ok, eso por internet, claro que nos salva, nos está salvando en esta situación algo especial. Pero claro que jugar un torneo normal es lo mejor que le puede pasar a uno. Ok. I hope it was okay. So,
of course.
Yeah, by the way, do they have to wear masks in these tournaments in Belgrade? In Novi Sad, I mean.
You know, I didn't ask Dan about that. Every time I've talked to him, he wasn't wearing a mask on our Skypes when we were like working on openings. But I would assume that they got to be wearing masks, man.
Mm.
He had a glass of wine with Suat though after their game, so I bet they weren't wearing masks when they were drinking the wine.
But I heard that the virus is not dangerous through Skype.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Okay.
I love that you guys are very reliable. You bring your best. You don't use engines, and you're such a fun and friendly and intelligent guy, speaking more languages than anyone on the planet, maybe.
Well, I do have some problems with Chinese, though.
Ah, well. I love you, Bob.
You are not the only one.
My only Hungarian was that I convinced Zoltan Almasi that I spoke this language, but it's not true.
You know, the only people who really know Hungarian is Hungarians. Except Hungarians, nobody knows any Hungarian.
Yeah, of course, it's a very special language. No, I know, of course, I know a lot of words, and if people are talking around me, I mean, I can usually understand what they are talking about, but...
oh, nice.
No, I mean, I can just get some words, but okay, no, I don't really speak the language. I mean, and it's strange because I'm convinced that when I was I was talking some Hungarian. This is what I remember. I had okay, she was ethnically Hungarian from Transylvania, nanny. And I remember that we were washing dishes together and I was talking some Hungarian. I have all this image, but okay. Maybe, but okay, I forgot. I mean, okay, everything I know now is that I learned some words because I was many times in Budapest visiting Judith, so that's the only thing.
Wow.
But yes, you are right. I mean, to properly speak Hungarian, you have to be Hungarian.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, very different language from anything else.
Yeah, actually, Russian is also okay. Okay, for Russian there are the other Slav countries, but I mean, if you compare with Western Europe, then Russian is also very, very much apart somehow.
Yeah, but you see, with Russia, you are in a kind of a Slavic group, where you have Polish, Czech, you have Serbian, you have, you know, you can understand this people somewhat, right? But Ukrainian you can understand easily. But with Hungarian, it's not so easy to go into any other language. They're very different.
Yeah, they are supposed to be related to Estonians, Finns, but actually it's not like, okay, Romanian is a, let's say, 80% Latin language.
Yeah.
And, okay, of course, if you don't know any Spanish or French or Italian or Portuguese, if you read, you can understand.
Right.
Something. I mean, okay, I don't know how much. But as far as I understood, Hungarian and Finnish, no, you don't understand. If you don't speak Hungarian, you don't speak Finnish.
I know, in theory it's like similar languages, the same group, but in reality they're not that similar. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, okay, for instance, I speak German and I can read Dutch chess books. I mean, I can understand. Okay, slowly like this, so you can feel the difference. Okay, if they talk, then of course it's harder, because they have this special pronunciation. But okay, it's obvious that they are the same group. And actually even, you know, I got a present. It was probably the best book written about the Fischer-Spassky match. It was by Friedrich Olafsson and some journalists. And they gave me the book. It's a big hardcover book. And I read, okay, Fischer gegen Spassky. And I was happy because, okay, gegen, it means it's either it's in German. And then I understood it was not Gegen, it was Gegen. And it was in Icelandic, and that was the only word I understood from the book. Yeah, I mean, I could understand one word out of 10, but okay, maybe. But this would not be enough to, maybe out of 30, okay, something like that. But it would not be enough to understand. Yeah, but okay, they are somehow isolated, far away from everything, and Swedes also, they know, if you know German, you don't understand Swedish. So, okay. Well, anyway, it has been pleasant to be here.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a great game. You played as strong as it's possible to play in this opening. You played all the strongest moves of the game. So,
but actually, this is I believe in. Okay, some people may call it coincidence, but I believe in some sort of magic. Long time ago, Topalov wrote that, or gave an interview, and he said that, well, the funny thing is that when he studies endings a lot, he gets those endings in the game relatively frequently. And actually, this happened to me too.
Wow.
And you know what I have been working these days on Portish games. Because I'm writing this book, it's some sort of legends too. The players who Portish, I wrote about Torgoevsky and Stein already, and Portish is the next. And for a few days, this was what I did. I played Portish game over the board. By the way, the game against Toro was not there. I mean, it was not in his books. This I know from a long time ago, okay, when I started playing this G3 thing. And yeah, now it happened that I just used one of his games as a model until Bishop F4 and all the ideas. No, at some point Portish also played G4. I don't know in which moment when I played Knight H5. Maybe after A4 Rook F1 he went Knight H5. I don't remember. I will check that. But it was somehow funny, that I'm working on Portish games with no hidden idea in my mind. I mean, I didn't want to use it for preparing or anything. And then I get to follow one of his very old games. That's somehow funny. This doesn't mean that Portish is my colleague, of course.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
I'm just learning from him.
Well, happy holidays, everyone. We're certainly blessed for the gentleman that we're with today. And Bob, you never failed to disappoint us, man. You're just a great guy. And thank you, Sasha. And thank you, Marty. Thank you, Ricardo.
Everybody. And we'll have a new contest and have a great weekend and holidays if you celebrate it. All the best to you.
And congratulations to Victor Mago.
Victor Mago is great. He's from the contest.
Yeah.
I'll say to Maria.
Marin.
Okay. I will give. She's not here, but I will tell her. Okay.
Thank you and good night.
And
Good night. Adios.
Bye
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.